welcome to AniBreak, your place for everything about anime, manga, video games, all the good stuff. My name's Jason, and we're going to do things a little bit different this week. I have a good treat for you guys. I have a good friend on the show. He's going to join us. You might remember him from a previous show that we did together. Everybody go ahead and please welcome Bryan Yang. How you doing, man?
Hi, doing good, doing good.
What have you been up to lately, man?
Let's see. Pretty much, I've been working on my whole DJ thing actually, quite
Nice.
a bit. Let's see. I mean, after before AX was Fanime, and then coming up in 2 weeks actually, I'm gonna be in Missouri for Motaku. They're actually flying me out there to perform at their dance.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
really
So
exciting
they've been
stuff.
keeping you really busy with all that?
Pretty busy. I mean, I'm already in talks with at least one other convention. I'm working on possibly one in early November, and then I'm, sending out feelers to other conventions throughout the fall and winter to see if, any others might be nibbling at that too.
Nice, nice. You also have a couple streams available as well nowadays, don't you?
Yeah, I have weekly pretty much just an audio podcast that's live, and I play music, and I actually either play a recorded mix of mine or I do a live mix on the stream.
Nice. I've
And
listened to a
those,
few of them. They're freaking amazing. I love them.
thank you.
Looks like we already have a question from the chat. QBan Jackson asks, "How did you become a DJ?"
Let's see. How did I become a DJ? I think it started, I think around, I mean, I've always been interested in like electronic music ever since I was a teenager, but it really started picking up, I think, in early 2010 when Mogra, the Akiba Club,
Hmm.
they actually streamed their events on Ustream. And I would watch those, and there was actually unofficial fan club on Facebook for Mogra, and so I got interested in that, and they would spin all these song remixes and stuff, and that really got my attention. And then in AX 2010, when the Japanese DJs came, Red Alice and Project and all of them, I was lucky enough that I knew the promoters for it, so I got to go up on stage and dance
I
with the
remember that you were
DJ.
dancing like a fiend up there during
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Those of you who are at AX 2010 will remember there was a Red Ramu going nuts on stage. That was me. But as soon as after AX was over, it's like after feeling that energy from the crowd, it's just like, man, I want to be a part of that. So I, like, 2 months later, like September, I put down money, got a M Audio Exponent, my first DJ controller, and then it just went from there. The rest is
Awesome.
history.
Now you also have been changing a bit of your outfits as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. For starting in Fanime, I switched colors. I'm still Reimu as my primary cosplay, but now it's blue colored. And I actually integrated it with the Neko Mimi.
I like that. Now
Uh,
is it actually turned on while you're DJing, or is that just taking too much battery?
uh, it's it takes, the batteries last about 3-4 hours. I actually use rechargeable batteries because they burn through batteries so fast.
Ah, okay.
But I actually don't wear them when I DJ because I'm afraid they might fall off while I'm just like, bobbing like crazy. So I actually take them off when I DJ.
Although I have seen pictures online of you in the Reimu outfit, both the red and the blue, also sporting what's called the aviator glasses as well.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
my great move.
that is pretty badass. I like that.
That's something that I actually came up with on a whim at I think it was ALA.
Okay.
Just a friend of mine brought a pair of aviators, and then I just randomly grabbed them as I walked out the door of the hotel room, and then I just wore them, and then I just decided to run with it.
It definitely brings a unique aspect to the whole design, but it's freaking awesome.
That's true, yeah.
All right, well, we'll talk a little more about what you've been doing with the DJs and where you can be going on forward from that. Let's
For
talk a little bit, what's going on in the world of anime and manga. And this first bit, I just had someone send me a side note on it, and they said Happy Yowie Day, and I went, the hell? Why?
Yeah. I actually totally forgot about that until you mentioned it to me actually a little bit earlier.
And I had no idea about this. In a little article that someone wrote about it, The short reading of 801 can be read as 8 is Ya, 0 as the Western influence O, and 1 is an E, so Yaoi. And it was like, really? We have a Yaoi day now? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, ever since I think pretty much as long as Yowie's been around, that's been uh like kind of used as an unofficial like I guess designator for Yowie.
I can see that these would appear here once in a while. I mean, like the whole thing with Miku, the Sankyu 39, March 9th. So I guess
Yes.
like, this can't be limited only just Miku.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I mean there are a handful of references that are based on number patterns
Okay.
I've heard of.
If you can find more of those, please let me know because I would love to just throw them as little tidbits on the show.
For sure, for sure.
Now, last weekend was Otakon. Did you have a chance to go to that, or were you just chilling at home?
No, I hung out at home. As much as I wanted to go out there, I mean, God, I've been to, God, how many conventions? Like, I think I've counted at least, I think I've been averaging once a month this year.
Really?
Yeah, I've been at a convention once a month this year.
What else have you been up to?
I don't know, it seems like it's mostly conventions nowadays. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been going to a convention almost every month, and so I'm like, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I'm like, yeah, I have to take a break once in a while from convention running.
Something we never thought we would say back in the day of, oh, we got to take a break from these cons. We were always like, let's go to this con and this con and this con and
Exactly, exactly. But then now I'm like, man, so my friends want me to visit this convention like in October, but then I'm talking to a convention about getting booked there in the week later, and then it's like, and I'm like, man, am I gonna be like flying around the country like every other week at this rate? Like, holy cow, it's like things been going so crazy. Like, I
Rockstar
don't know,
DJ here, I see.
I don't know what it is about this year. Like, normally I would only visit like two or three, like, um, out of SoCal, like.
Hmm.
But then all of a sudden this year it's just something happened. I've just been like going to conventions like all over the
Hey,
place.
massive props. That's still awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely can't really complain.
Yeah. I wasn't able to go to Otakon either. Just didn't have the funds for it. But there was a lot of stuff that was going on. A lot of friends were going. They were sending a bunch of pictures and tweets about it. Looks like they actually had they put their numbers up. Approximately about 32,000 unique. So it's still growing. It's still a surprisingly large amount. But then again, the whole thing with a lot of people would say between Anime Expo and Otakon is that Otakon's a little more fan oriented, so they have a lot of cool stuff over there. I haven't been there yet. I still need to go. Maybe maybe next year. Who knows? My
Yeah,
only problem being is that it's usually the same weekend as DEF CON, which is a hacker convention. So it's like,
that's right. That's
um,
also last week, was it not?
it was, and they had a bunch of people show up this year. Even a bunch of like DJs and MCs that showed up and whatnot. Of course, they had dual core there. Surprisingly, they invited MC Frontalot, who did a whole full set or two,
Oh,
I think.
interesting.
So it was. I heard it was a blast. I'll have to go to one of the two next year.
Yeah.
But there was a number of stuff that was announced there, and I'll just quickly go through these. Crunchyroll, they announced about the new apps available on the PS3 and Samsung Smart TVs. You still have the available on the Roku box. I downloaded it today on my PS3, and I'm thinking, okay, the graphic, the GUI is nice. It looks great.
Right.
Until I started playing an anime. It is limited to 480p.
Are you serious?
No HD at this time on any of their apps.
Oh, okay. So anything outside of PC is right now limited.
Exactly. The PC you can do 720, and then you have a fast enough connection, 1080.
Right.
A lot of people are like, "What the hell? We need to have the iDef." They say it's planned, it's coming down the line, but no.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it's just like an issue with the app, or just streaming from their servers. Who knows?
Yeah.
They've been recently starting to stream Angel Beats, which is a great series. Hellgirl and Moyashiman, they got the license rights for season 2, but in order to prepare viewers for that, they actually are going to start streaming season 1.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's cool. I'll give them props on that.
Right.
I have to question Viz. So Viz Media, they announced it at AX, a thing called Neon Alley. It's gonna be their own streaming service. They're aiming it at video game consoles, i.e. the Xbox 360, and it's like $7 a month. Here's the thing that they're trying to differentiate themselves. It is all the anime they show is 1, uncut, which is good, but 2, 100% dub, no sub.
Hmm.
It's
Interesting.
maybe they're just trying to be like the opposite of Crunchyroll. Uh, who
I don't know.
knows?
Maybe it might be licensing too.
Maybe it could be licensing.
Yeah, there could be stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about.
My honest thought about it is basically they want to push their own titles that they put all the money into production for the dub, that they want to get that
Yeah.
out there. I mean, I don't blame them for trying to get that out there,
Right.
but this just further adds fuel to the flames of sub versus dub.
True enough. True enough. But but Crunchyroll isn't carrying the titles that Viz does, though, right?
I don't believe there's cross pollination there now.
Okay. So I guess in the end, it sounds like the online viewers don't really have a choice anyway.
Yeah, if they want to watch, I believe well, I take it back. There's like Blue Exorcist. The
Right.
sub was available on Crunchyroll. The dub's
Mhm.
gonna be exclusively on Neon Alley. So I guess there's maybe an option there. Not to mention you have Hulu Plus and Netflix and Funimation and Anime Network. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. They're going to be doing a reprint of the original Nausicaa manga, and they're going the full 9 on this. You know, original
man.
brown ink color, the bigger size, two volumes with full color pages. I mean,
That's gonna be the third. No, that'll be the. This will be the fourth set of Nausicaa manga I'm gonna buy because I have the let's see, the original like 4-volume English adaptation, and then the Japanese 7 volumes, and I think they did an English 7 volumes, did they not?
I believe they did. Yes.
Yeah, and then I guess this is coming out, so that means I'll own 4 sets of unique Nausicaa manga.
I've only borrowed it from friends to read it before. This is the first time I think I'm actually going to own it because this just looks incredible.
It's
It's going to be pricey, but still, it's going to be worth it.
It's totally worth it because it's the only like full-length manga that Miyazaki himself made, and the story is incredible. Like I said, I own 3 sets of it already, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy this set as well. So
That's one hell of a recommendation if I've ever heard one. So
yeah.
Funimation did some of the basic stuff. They made a lot of their announcements over at Anime Expo. Of course, they showed the English dub, like the first couple episodes of Steins Gate. I haven't heard yet to see how that sounds. I've only listened to the trailer, and it has promise. We'll see what happens. They announced a bunch of new releases, though, or licenses for new releases. That we're talking about. Apparently, they acquired the entire Tenchi Muyo franchise, or the parts they didn't have rights to already. So that'd be cool to see a giant box set of the entire. That's something I would buy in a heartbeat.
The epic set.
It would be Tenchi Muyo Universe, Tenchi in Tokyo, the OVAs, the movies.
Yeah, Pretty Sammy.
Oh my god. I forgot about Pretty Sammy. They also announced they had the rights to Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine, the new one that was recently streamed.
All right.
That's going to be interesting because have you seen any of that, Brian?
No, I haven't actually.
It's a very stylized art form and a crapload of nudity.
Interesting.
Fujiko is more often nude than wearing clothes, and even then she's wearing like maybe half a bikini.
Yeah, well, I guess it kind of makes sense considering it's almost kind of like a James Bond type of feel to it.
It definitely has that feel to it. It was animated by the same company who did Redline. So it has that hard like pencil sketch style. It looks badass.
Nice, nice.
QBN Jackson in the chat goes, did they still do the tutoru in the dub for Steins Gate? Yes, they did, and it was spot on. What else we got here? Sentai Filmworks. I'll speed through these real quick. They acquired the license for Kids on the Slope, what I think was the best anime of the past season. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it put together, a couple Cowboy Bebop legends. Shinichiro Watanabe to direct it, and then you had the music of Yoko Kanno. Win.
Yeah, yeah.
So,